My father actually found them. Saw them on a local television show from Disneyland, and said, and got in touch with them and said to me, he said, "You've got to put these boys on. You've got to do something, because somebody helped you out when you started with your brothers." And I said, "Yes, sir." And I did, put them on for one show. I thought they were cute. They came and auditioned. We stopped rehearsal at NBC. We were doing the shows then from NBC on Hollywood and Vine, or Sunset and Vine. Hadn't moved out to Burbank yet. And they came in, and I can't remember. It may have been Jack Benny and some other people were on the show. We stopped the rehearsal so that they could come in and audition for us. And we all sat on the floor there and listened to them sing a couple of songs, and they were darling. I mean, one of them had Donnie wasn't part of the group yet because he was too young. So the youngest one was Jay, and he had teeth missing in the front, and they were really cute. I thought, well, it'd be fun to put them on for one show, and so I introduced them as this new little group called the Osmond Brothers, and they sat on some steps there with me around me, and they sang, I don't know, some barbershop song, and Jay kept looking at the camera with a light on, with a red light on, smiling with the teeth missing in the front. And all the boys, and I don't know whether this was planned or not, I don't think so, but all of the boys looked straight out as they were singing. But Jay, whenever they would cut to another camera, he would turn like this and look, stare into that camera. And so then the director would cut over here, and he would come around there. And as a close-up, and it got to be a kind of funny, and the director thought it was funny, so he kept cutting it. And every time he had cut, he had moved. Well, this thing became such a laughing thing. I mean, the audience went nuts. And the next day, we got all kinds of phone calls, and mail came in from about the Osmond Brothers. So I said, "Would you like to come back?" "Oh, yes, sir." So they came back for like 6 or 7 years. We never had a contract or anything. Just every year, I mean, every week they'd come back. Couldn't get rid of them. And so they started working with the choreographer, Nick Castle. He taught them how to dance. And they were like sponges. They would learn everything. And they'd go home at night and rehearse and things. And sometimes we'd need somebody like jumping around on a pogo stick. "Yes, sir." And they'd learn how to jump on a pogo stick. One day I said to them, "Have you ever thought of getting some instruments and being like a rock and roll act, like the Beatles?" "Yes, sir." And they went out and they bought a guitar and a bass and a little piano and stuff. And within 6 months, they were playing great. I mean, they were absolutely sponges. And everybody on the show, all the creative people loved them, so they would help them. And they could dance like crazy, within a very short time. I remember one time we were doing a Christmas show, and they said, "Can you ice skate?" And I said, "Yes." They'd never been on ice, I don't think. And they went and got a place and learned how to skate right away. And we did a number with them skating. It was a fabulous number, which they learned in like 3 or 4 days. They were just terrific. So they became valuable to us on the show, and the show was certainly valuable to them. And then when they got a hit record with One Bad Apple, I think it was called, they were ready. I mean, they were ready to go, and they left, and they went out and became, a great big act. So we had a chance, with the television show to do some of those things for young artists too. We always had, and then we had the advantage of young recording people coming along who wanted to be on the show, and so we had that element for young viewers.